Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoot Brother.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right, you tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give you our very own takes and reviews of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's going on with you, my guy?
Can't call it, man. I might. You know what I'm saying? Just very, very excited about doing this episode. I think this is gonna be a fun one, man. I think we're gonna have a good time today, man. So I'm good, man. How about you, bro?
Man, I'm doing great, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, just to, see this movie over again and see it as an adult, having been through my own little transgressions in life and whatnot. This movie hits totally different now that I'm older. I can't wait to get to talking about this movie. But before we do that, man, happy Side Chick Day to everybody out there listening. That's right. It is Side Chick Day. If you didn't do nothing yesterday for Valentine's Day, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel bad. Because, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gets some love in February. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. Not only is it Black History Month, it is also Valentine's Day as we're recording this. But when you're listening to that, I'm sorry, when you're listening to this, it'll be side chick or side dude. You know what I'm saying, Day. So if you are a side chick or a side dude, you know what I'm saying, make sure you hit your, you know what I'm saying, you hit your counterpart up and tell them, hey man, where my stuff at? You know what I'm saying? Because that's important. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep the side pieces happy. Side piece day is very important. You know what I'm saying? It keeps a lot of relationships going. Um, Hell, a lot of relationships wouldn't be what they were if it weren't for side pieces. So you know what I'm saying? Quick fact though, I don't know if anybody knows this, but 59% of relationships that involve side pieces or quote unquote infidelity end up lasting longer than relationships that don't. So just to let y'all know. So if you don't got a side piece, go get you one. And if you are a side piece, happy side piece day.
Man, look, I need to know where you got where you got them stats from.
That is a statistical fact that I learned um on a website. I forgot what website it is, but I will repost it on the social media just so when I find it, just to let everybody know. But that is a statistical fact amongst relationship counselors. So we have 59% of relationships, man. If either spouse has cheated and they had got back together, that relationship lasts longer than most relationships who don't have a cheater in the relationship.
All right, learn something new today.
Hey man, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
fine.
Just trying to spread knowledge, man.
I mean, that's something that we do on this podcast. We do spread some
Absolutely,
knowledge. So okay. I mean, I can't argue with you. I
absolutely.
haven't been on that website. I haven't seen it. So
Yeah, man. But also, man, we mentioned this. We talked about this off air, uh, at least 2 or 3 times at this point, and we still haven't done this yet. But salute to Viola Davis, for getting an EGOT. She is the second black woman to get an EGOT. And I believe she is the ninth black person to get an EGOT, if I'm not mistaken. But this past weekend or the weekend before, I'm sorry, she ended up getting a Grammy for
mhm.
I believe it was an audio book or something like that, or maybe
Yeah,
it was an audio book.
I think it was an audio book. Yeah.
Yeah. So salute to Viola Davis, man. In honor of Viola Davis, you guys should go back and listen to our episode where we gave her flowers and our appreciation episode of Viola Davis. She has done so much, and this is just another ornament on her legendary Christmas tree, man. So make sure y'all go check that episode out, and you know what I'm saying. Go watch something with Viola Davis, man. But let's go ahead and get into this, man. Our feature presentation.
Hmm.
Love and basketball. Starring excuse me, Omar Epps, um, Sanaa Lathan, and who else is in it? Gabrielle Union. Uh, shit. I forgot
Shit.
I forgot Zeke's
You
real
got
name.
shit. Regina, you got
Regina
Regina
Hall in
Hall
it.
in here.
Yeah.
You got Kayla Pratt,
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I forgot all about that.
Alfre
She was
Woodward,
definitely in it. Alfred Wilbur. Yep.
Harry Lennox.
Mhm. That's his name, Harry Lennon. That's Monica's dad.
Yep. And Dennis Haysbert. That's who you was talking about, Zeke McCall.
Zeke McCall.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, he's the
The
you know what I'm saying, I
Allstate
always
nigga.
call him the All-State. Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
Allstate nigga.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
do all the
man.
All-State commercials. So
For sure,
but
man.
yeah, man, this is a really, really good cast, man, for the 2000 film, man.
Absolutely. Not only that, the dope part about this whole thing is that this movie is only what, like 4 years removed from the WNBA. Didn't I think the WNBA started
Some
in '96?
somewhere up in there. Somewhere up in
Yeah.
there.
So
Well,
for
no, no,
them,
no, no, because I think in the movie, no, when she went to Spain, it was 93. So
yeah.
it had to be around
Remember,
like
I think it
95
was
because
like
she had
90.
that baby. So it had to
Nah,
be
remember
around
that
about
was it
95,
was
96.
98. No, it was 98.
Oh, it was 98?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she was in the second inaugural, or I said the second, the second season. You know what I'm saying? She was a rookie in the WNBA, or maybe she was already in the WNBA. We just didn't see too much about it. But anyway, man, this movie is about Quincy McCall and his on again, off again love of his life, Monica Wright. Both of them who loved basketball ever since they were children, who had this love hate relationship with, well, yeah, I guess it really wasn't a love hate relationship. It was just a love relationship with basketball. They both ended up, you know what I'm saying, growing up together, going to the same high school, ended up getting drafted, going to the same college, and both had dreams of basically playing in the NBA. Only to find out that the WNBA was on its way here. Amazing movie. It's about love. It's about dedication. It's about heartache. It's about angst. It's pretty much just the ups and downs uh, in the life of a aspiring athlete, and just also just the ups and downs of life of, you know what I'm saying, the modern young adult of, you know what I'm saying, generations past. So to start this off, man, um, the first thing, they out there hooping, you know what I'm saying, beautiful neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, big old houses out in Cali, you know what I'm saying, they doing their thing. Um, and you know what I'm saying, new people moving in, new family moving in next door. You know what I'm saying, the homies outside hooping. Somebody walks up, they like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I thought they said only girls is moving next door. And then he was like, yeah, well, I guess not. Hopefully they can hoop. Next thing you know, boom, Kyla Pratt take off her hat, you know what I'm saying, hair, you know what I'm saying, out of the ponytail and everything. She had the Lakers hat on. Girl playing basketball. They talking all kind of trash. Girls can't hoop. Girls can't play basketball. Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, find out she's a goddamn hooper. And she get the, you know what I'm saying, she get the busting their ass. You know what I'm saying. Quincy out there, son of a, you know what I'm saying, pro basketball player. He got, you know, he getting buckets. He getting buckets. Next thing you know, she get mad, or he get mad and push her and scrape her face up. You know what I'm saying? Scar her face up. Which that push, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Kyla Pratt sold that, bro. She sold the fuck out that push, bro. Yeah, we got to
Come
talk about
on,
that, bro.
man.
Ain't no way him pushing her left her face like that, bro. She didn't even fall like that to hit her face for real.
Yeah, she did, man. What you mean, man? He pushed her, you know what I'm saying? She went face first into the grass, man. Now my question is, what was in the grass to cut her face? Cause
That's what I'm saying.
it's grass.
Bro? She's supposed to be this coordinated basketball player. You can't stop yourself from falling on your fucking face. And like, what's going on, bro? Like that's crazy, man. Ends up leaving a scar on her face, and in the midst of that happening, you know what I'm saying? The Mrs. McCall went over to Mrs. Wright, you know what I'm saying? Made my man Quincy apologize, and you know, shit, they made him go talk and you know what I'm saying, chill out together. Next thing you know, my man Quincy, hearing his parents get, you know what I'm saying, get frisky. You know what I'm saying? He get up, he looking over, he watching Monica get her hair done. The next day, they got to go to school. He's like, "Hey, you want to be my girl?" Which was, don't get me wrong, that was awfully bold of my man Quincy to do that. Like,
I,
who? I mean, like usually it'd be like a note being passed or something. Like he just came out with it. You want to be my girl? Got a kiss on the first, you know what I'm saying, on the first day and everything.
well, I mean, he is the son of an NBA player. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I
Confidence through
mean,
the
but
roof.
it wasn't the same in 80 something though.
I mean, true, but also look at the setup of something that came very important, towards 75% of the movie with the whole little part
Yeah,
when he was writing the I'm sorry thing, and then he was just like, man, I can't do this shit. And then he was like,
yeah.
what I tell you about saying that word? He was like, a man should never say can't. He was like, why? Because when you
Hey,
say can't, you're not a man. And
hey.
then she was, his mama was like, it's like, oh yeah, don't say shit either. So it
One
just
of the
like,
greatest misdirections in Hollywood history, bro. Nobody thought
yeah.
that he was about to get in trouble for saying "can't." Nobody thought that in the planet, bro. That even rewatching this as an adult and having seen this movie, I don't know how many times, I still can't get over the fact that he got in trouble for saying "can't" over shit. I said, "Wow, that yeah, he is definitely the child of a pro athlete."
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, so yeah, that didn't surprise me that he was just like, yo, you want to be my girl because like you can tell like the confidence that they was putting into him as at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
So and then just like how he idolized his dad because he was like, yo, once he said, yo, you my girl, hey, you gotta ride my bike. And she
Yeah,
was like, "Wow, I want to ride my own bike." He was like, "My dad ride my mom," and it's
yeah.
just like, "Yeah, dude, you take it a little too literal, dude. She can ride her own damn bike. Like, chill out."
Hey, man.
So,
First,
so yeah,
real quick though, how fucking successful was this nigga Zeke, man? Did you see that trophy? That trophy shelf, bro? On the on the mantle, bro. I'm looking like, yo, what the fuck? Like, who is this nigga? Why is he so fucking why is he so downplayed throughout this movie as if like this nigga ain't the man? Like this nigga signing autographs, everything. We don't know shit about this nigga's career for real. Like he obviously ain't that good, but looking at that trophy shelf, this nigga was like the man, bro. This nigga had a NBA championship trophy. This nigga had an MVP trophy up there. This nigga had I don't know how many other awards up there. I'm like, yo, this nigga is a hooper. I'm like, why don't we know more about my man Zeke's fucking career, bro?
because he played for the Clippers, man.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so in the beginning of the movie, when Quincy had on his dad jersey, right?
Mm.
And I'm sitting there looking at it. I thought that motherfucker said Oakley at first. I looked and I'm sitting here thinking in my head, bro, when the fuck did Charles Oakley play for the Clippers? I was like, I don't remember this nigga ever playing for the Clippers. Bro. Like, what are we doing? And then they turned around and finally say McCall. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. That's his dad jersey. But I was about to say, man, this shit is crazy. But man, look, interesting to say the least. So you know what I'm saying? They get together and this was a great foreshadow of how this movie was pretty much gonna end up as far as their relationship because they get together the first day, they kiss, next thing you know, they get into an argument and break up. and get into a fight. You know what I'm saying? And needless to say, Quincy got whooped on in the front yard. You know what I'm saying? Before getting to school. Um, and then it had it fast forwarded to high school after that,
Mm-hmm.
and now I got this is where I get confused. Okay, this is where I get totally confused.
Oh hell.
So I told you, bro. I really analyzed this movie, bro. So this nigga's dad plays for the Clippers, and they
Mm-hmm.
live in this. Her dad is a banker. I don't think either one of their moms work. They live in this
Mm-mm.
affluent neighborhood, but they go to Crenshaw High. Was I tripping or
You're not tripping because when you hear about we ain't even from this area, but we all know
no?
Crenshaw
Yeah,
is the hood. Like
absolutely.
like we know Crenshaw is the hood. And it's like if y'all stay in this and then first of all, just for a banker to live beside an NBA player, like now he was like the
It is the
manager.
'80s though. It was the '80s.
Yeah, he also was the manager, so like he made more than just a regular banker would.
Right.
So I don't know why they went to Crenshaw. I don't know if this was a Quincy call where he was just like, "Yo, like Crenshaw got some guy." I do. I that is a great question. I don't know why they
I'm,
went to Crenshaw when they living in the neighborhood because obviously it's not Brentwood. Don't get me wrong, it's not Brentwood, but
mm-hmm.
it's like at the same time, why are y'all going to
It ain't
Crenshaw? That is
Crenshaw
a
either.
great question.
That ain't
It's
Crenshaw.
definitely not
So
Crenshaw.
in the Crenshaw that I always see on TV, don't look nothing like with the neighborhood that they lived in. So I thought that was super super interesting, man. But basically it started off in Monica's high school basketball game. I think she was one game away from the end of the season, the championship game. Ends up getting sat down on the bench in the fourth quarter because she's a hothead, which you know what I'm saying. Seeing how she whipped on Quincy in the beginning of the movie wasn't shocked at all.
Okay, hold
You
on.
knew she was
Pause
able to
real
hold
quick.
her own. Yeah.
Real quick. First of all, okay, so let me say this one thing about Sanaa Lathan first, because I
Mhm.
remember her talking about well, it wasn't her, it was someone, and they were saying, for the people who don't know, her dad, Stan Lathan, is in the business. You know what I'm saying? That's how she really
Legend.
got even started in this.
Yeah, legend.
And I remember them talking about the one challenging thing about doing sports movies is do you want to get an athlete do you want to get an athlete to be an actor or do you want to get an actor to be an athlete? And a matter of fact, it was Sanaa Lathan. She was like, yo, she was like, I'm not no basketball player. So
Right.
she was talking about like all the training that she had to go through because she was like, yo, I've
Mhm.
never been like an athletic person.
Right.
So they were just saying that, how they had to extensive training that she had to go through, which I mean, don't get me wrong, like the jump shot looked wet, but she ain't had no handles though. Like her handles was like basic. You know what I'm saying? Which, but
Oh, they
we don't.
well, they damn sure fooled me with the dark montage of her dribbling the two basketballs in that first house. Cause I was like, yo, I looked at that. I said, damn, so not lazy. I mean, I know it ain't her, but I'm saying, so not lazy got some fucking handles. Nigga, I could never do no shit like that. That's hella.
Man,
That's
hey,
hella coordination.
that's the trailer that put her through. So, all right, so back to the movie. So,
Yeah.
come on, she gonna get a tech for a stare down after a
Come on,
block?
bro.
Come on, man, that
Come
ref
on, bro.
tripping, yo. That's bullshit,
You
man.
know, she done went off on that ref before, bro. He was sick of that shit, bro.
She had to.
He was
Like he
calling
was.
everything on her. He was calling everything on Monica, bro. He had it all on Monica, bro.
I'm talking
He
about
was
gave her
not
a
fucking with
sweet
her,
tech.
bro.
Not
No,
at
he was
all,
not
man.
fucking with her, bro. In none of them games. And he
Yeah, that
waited
was.
to the fourth. He waited to the end of the game for all of them shits, bro. He wasn't playing. He wasn't playing no games, bro. He was sick of that shit, man.
Yeah, that was funny, man. But like, yeah, I just thought like watching it, I was like, man, did he really have to give her a tech for just getting that shit up out of here? Like, yeah, you're right. It had to be some history with this ref because that ref,
Absolutely.
he did the championship game too. You know what I'm saying? He was the
Yeah.
one that told her, foul, you got 5 fouls. You know what I'm saying? You out of here.
Hey, get your ass out. You know what I'm saying? So we see Monica, you know what I'm saying, super successful, one of the best players on Crenshaw High's girls basketball team. She was getting scouted. She was getting scouted by UCLA and of course USC, which was I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of corny, man. That was kind of corny, bro. Like the two most obvious schools in the region just came to Crenshaw High to scout for fucking basketball players like that, and then it was only them two. We ain't see no other colleges in the
See,
vicinity.
that's my thing, right? My thing is,
Yeah,
okay, when they was sitting at the table, she was like, Dad, you need to talk to coach. And
yeah,
he was like, well, I mean, honey, you lost your head. And then
right.
she was like, you know, the coach was there, and she was like, so basically she was like, I missed out on UCLA, and then he was like, maybe you need to
Mm-hmm.
start thinking of things other than basketball. She was like, well, USC is
Right.
coming next week. And he was like, well, you only got one game left, and you have been recruiting. It's like, okay, so you telling me it ain't no Sacramento State, Long Beach,
Bro, Cal
all of these
Poly.
damn all of these colleges in fucking California,
Cal,
and
Cal didn't even come. Come on, man.
Fresno
Come
State,
on, bro.
San Jose State,
Bro,
all of these schools out here, and there's only two schools. That's it.
man.
It's like, come on,
That's what
man.
I'm saying, bro.
Like that part is
It was too
unrealistic.
much of a yeah. It was two prestigious schools for her never to be recruited, and then you just got two prestigious schools there. They not scouting no specific players. They not talking. You don't see them talking to the coaches. You don't see none of this shit. It's I don't know, man. I didn't get that placement. I figured that to me, I think this movie would have been a lot better had it not been at USC. Um, because the gyms that they were playing in, that wasn't USC, bro. I'm sorry. That was not USC at all. Them motherfuckers was playing in high school gyms, bro.
Man, that was
Maybe community college gyms at the most, but that's not what USC's gyms look like. Like it looked like it looked like in the beginning they was playing in high school, like in high school gyms, and then whatever high school gym they was playing at, they just redecorated that motherfucker to look like USC and gave them USC jerseys. And was like, all right, now they at USC. Because I'm like, bro, you didn't see the
hold on. Who
USC
are you
logo
talking
on the
about?
floor, none of that.
Are you talking about Quincy or are you talking about Monica?
I'm talking about both. I'm talking about Monica and Quincy. Nigga, when Quincy was playing when he was playing at that one game, I don't know if it was at USC or wherever they was playing. They was playing at a high school gym. When he threw the alley oop off the backboard and dude came and dunked it and they high fived over the opponent. Nigga, that was a high school gym. That was not no goddamn college arena, bro. And I remember college basketball in the '80s for the most part, especially when you go back and like look at old replays and shit on Sports Center, bro. They was playing in arenas. They weren't playing in fucking regular ass gyms, bro.
I feel you, but I think the reason why it really had to be USC is because for number one, Quincy's dad went to USC, so he wanted to
Mhm.
follow in his footsteps. But then at the same
Mhm.
time, you saw who her favorite female player was. You know what I'm saying? The great
Who?
Cheryl Miller. Remember, she
Now
had
see,
Cheryl Miller on her wall
I didn't
when
pay
she
that
was
no
at
attention.
USC.
I missed
Yes,
all of that.
yeah, she was a big Cheryl Miller. Like it was for her, it was Magic Johnson and Cheryl
Yep.
Miller.
Now I
Right,
remember
those were
Magic
the people
Johnson.
that was on her wall.
I remember
So,
Magic
but
Johnson because she said it on Zeke. You know what I'm saying? She said, "How many points did your dad score in high school?" You know, she said, "What's the highest amount of points your dad scored in high school?" And he was like, "Shit, nigga, I don't know." She was like, "Yeah, Magic Johnson did it." 48 points, and they sat him the whole fourth quarter. They only got 6 minutes a quarter. I'm like, God damn, you ain't see this nigga Zeke champions himself? Get my nigga Zeke
You
back, man.
stupid. Nah, like, hey, boy, look, I gotta tell this story on here, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, y'all can find this. It's all over the place, but I'll never forget watching that 30 for 30 on Reggie Miller. And so they
Oh
was,
man.
when they was talking about when they were young and stuff. 'Cause, like, the thing about Reggie is in one of the situations where there's not a lot of people on this earth to where you can be one of the greatest shooters of all time, a Hall of Famer, and you ain't better than your sister. So, so they was sitting in the car, and like Reggie was saying, he was just so happy. He was just like, man, he was like, I went off today. So he was just like waiting for his parents to be like, hey, what y'all do today? And Reggie was like, shit, I had 50 points,
No, he had
10
60.
rebounds. Was it 60?
He had 60.
So he had 60 points, this many rebounds, this many assists. And like he was like, I was so happy because he was like, I know I outdid Cheryl today. I know I
Mm-hmm.
did. He was like, Cheryl, what you do today? I had 105 points.
Man. Bro, the look on his face, the look on his face, even when he brought the story back up, just let you know, like he was still sorry about that, bro.
Oh yeah, he's still salty about that, man. He's still
Man,
salty
come
about it.
on, bro.
Cheryl Miller is, for the people that don't know, like, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I always say, like, you know what I'm saying, if you ask me, my goat from what I see, Cheryl Miller is more like a myth because a lot of
Yeah,
us didn't get to see her play because they didn't televise women games like that.
at
So a
all.
lot of people, unless you were there, you didn't see it. So for me,
Yeah,
like, yeah, I'm going to say, like, for me personally, Diana Taurasi is my goat. But
absolutely.
but but when we're talking about mythical figures, like Cheryl Miller is that chick. Like, people cannot
Cheryl
fuck
Miller
with her.
is the Earl Manigault of women's college basketball.
Exactly. That is a great way
Yeah,
to put it.
yeah,
She is literally the greatest of all time that couldn't be the greatest of all time because there wasn't a women's NBA at the time.
right.
So, but to get back to it, so Cheryl Miller was one of her favorite players, and she went to USC. So I think with what they was trying to do with Love and Basketball was both of them was able to follow their dreams, but they also was able to follow it together. So they was able
Yeah.
to live beside each other for these years and start dating, and then they both end up going to the same college for their own reasons. Like, he
Mm-hmm.
wanted to go because of his dad, she wanted to go because of Cheryl Miller. So I think that's
Right.
why it kind of had to be USC. I just thought it was personally stupid to be like, you telling me ain't none of these other schools
Yeah,
like
that shit was
trying to recruit
crazy.
her at all? Like,
That
come
shit was
on, y'all could
crazy.
at least made it a little bit more realistic to where she's just like, well, I really don't want to go to Fresno State. I mean, I want to go
Mm-hmm.
to USC. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
they could at least done it like that. But yeah, like, I thought that part was just a little bit unrealistic. But
Absolutely,
yeah,
man. So let's get into Quincy's high school career, man. So Quincy McCall is the star-studded top prospect coming out of Crenshaw High, son of Zeke McCall. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could call him famous pro basketball player. Um, just got traded to the Clippers. Quincy McCall is out here putting up buckets. I'm talking about easy double doubles. He coming home. Mom Duke's like, so what you do tonight? He like, 27 points. You know what I'm saying? 11 assists. Just another night. He like, hey, the man. He like, shit. You know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. This dude Omar Epps.
oh no, hold
Now,
on, hold on. Before you get, hold on. So you gotta get into the what? See, you skipped over something.
what?
So when he first walked in the door, Mom Deuce had asked him how the game went first. She asked him about that damn earring.
Oh man,
she's like,
yo,
she's like, whose is this? He was like, that's your earring. He was like,
yeah.
I'm gonna go in here. And she was like, "Well, I tell you about these fast ass girls." She was
No,
like,
she checked that nigga like he was his daddy. Nigga,
"Hey, that,
thought,
man."
I thought she was about to divorce that nigga in the room. I said, wait a minute, girl, this your son. This ain't the husband. It's your son. Why you pressing my man like this over an earring, bro? They was just studying.
Yeah, they were just studying. Earring just happened to pop off in the middle of this algebra problem. But
Hey man, algebra is hard.
but yeah, it's very hard. And Quincy was too.
I
So
ain't mad at him.
yeah, I thought they were funny because like, I mean, I get why she was getting them because like she said, she was like, "Yo, these girls out here to trap you." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I get her concern of why she went at him like that, but she could have at least asked him about the game first. She checked the dude as
Oh
soon as he
no.
walked through the door.
Man, listen, let me tell you something. She already knew how the game went. You know what I'm saying? This is the wife of a pro ball player, man. She know that they gonna be knocking them down left and right. She knew that all these little fast ass girls wanted to do was, you know what I'm saying, get a paycheck out my man. Like you said, when they see you, all they see is dollar signs. They don't see nothing else. You go to Crenshaw High, there ain't nothing but hood rats in that school. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but the finest hood rats of California was in that school, man. Speaking of the finest hood rats of that school had some champions in that motherfucker, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Regina Hall was, you know what I'm saying, she just graduated from Crenshaw High. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Gabrielle Union was there. Sanaa Lathan out there hooping. I mean, like, bruh, come on, man. Like, she,
Hey,
I definitely would have wanted to go to that school.
oh yeah, Kershaw was popping. It was definitely popping at
Absolutely.
that time. And so after the game, after Quincy and went and lit him up or whatever. So this is what he had to deal with when he got home. But we ain't even talking about the ride home that he had to deal with. So
Oh yeah, that's it.
so so Monica goes up to him, be like, "Hey, way to hoop." He was like, "I know this," and she was like, "Let me get a
Mm-hmm.
ride home." He was like, "With a please?" You know what I'm saying? Gotta get a please up out of you.
Oh
So
no no
then,
no no
first of
no
all,
no 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 no! Not before that. He said, "Your legs ain't broke."
broke.
Yo, when I tell you, bro, this was the to me the dopest part about they whole, you know what I'm saying, connection and they whole chemistry. Like you knew they grew up as friends. You knew that they grew up. They live next door to each other. You already know they probably hooping on the average day to day. With the two friends that we never seen again after the first 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But you know he knows how much hoop means to her. She knows how much hoop means to him. So for them to have that connection. But before all this even happened, Gabrielle Union slides down. You know what I'm saying? Monica watching the game. Gabrielle Union character slide down. I forgot what her name was in the movie.
Shawnee Easton, man, what you talking
Shawnee,
about?
yeah, Shawnee with the big ass titties.
But yeah,
Um, which
yep.
was Cap by the way. Which is Cap by the way. Omar Epps sold us on that one for sure. But you know what I'm saying? She tell Monica, yo, can you give Quincy this note? She's like, yo, why can't you do it? She's like, because girl, I don't want to look fast. Who? It's a note, fam. What are we doing? What was going on in the '80s to where a note made you look fast?
Because she knew what the note said.
No, I'm just saying, if
That's
you
why.
was gonna be seen with Quincy McCall, you was gonna be looked at as fast anyway.
Anyway, like everybody
Yeah,
knows you only with Quincy because he about to smash tonight. Like
come on, bro.
I'm pretty sure he
She
had that
said she
reputation.
wanted to lick the sweat off my man's backside, bro. You can't tell me we couldn't foreshadow Gabrielle Union being a freak. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Then
this is
when you know
definitely
what I'm
true.
saying, but I ain't gonna lie, Monica heard that and she had that image in her head, and then from that point on,
Yep.
bro, it clicked. It finally clicked. She was like, "Hey, you know what? I need a piece of Quincy McCall," and that's when everything kind of got in motion, man. So you know what I'm saying? He tell his mom about the game and everything.
Oh
To
no
get
no
to
no
that
no
point.
no 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 no! You can't do that. Can't do that.
Oh yeah, the ride home, the
So
ride home,
then,
the ride home.
first of all, I'm giving you a ride home.
Yeah.
We friends and all, but don't touch my radio. You know what I mean? And so he was like, yo, I like to ride home in silence and think about how good I look shooting that three. You know what I mean?
That's
And
hilarious.
she was like, don't she was like, you know what
That
I'm
was
saying, don't
hilarious.
flatter yourself or whatever. And so he was like, what's that? She was like, just a note that Shawnee Easton told me to give you. He was like, Shawnee Easton. Oh, with the big ass titties. She's like, give it here.
Mm-hmm.
So she read it like, Q, you so fine. I
Oh
can't wait
man.
to get with you. Take me to the dance and I keep you satisfied. She's like, ooh, what a hoe. I was like, hold on, man. How you gonna judge this girl like that? He was like, man, why she gotta be a hoe? Cause she wanna get with me? She was like, no, cause she a hoe, cause she got a
She
coochie in
sent
the
her
mail.
coochie through the mail. I mean,
Hey.
don't get me wrong. That was a whole letter though. Like
It really was. That's what I'm saying.
I've seen that type of messaging on OnlyFans. So yeah, that was whole activity for sure.
It was definitely hoe activities. So then he figured he'll ask the question of who you going to dance with? Spalding? She was
Classic
like, who is
line,
Spalding?
bro. Classic line, bro.
Hey, but she looked down and she done punched my man. He like, hey,
Hey,
see, that's why you ain't getting recruited. She
oh
was like, who
my
said I'm
God,
not getting
sting.
recruited? Hey, yeah, they heard her. He was like, he was like, your hot ass temper, that's who. And she had a good point, but at the same time, when you talk at 80s or late 80s, yeah, like you didn't really want girls to really show that kind of emotion, even on the court. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I still, I think that, like you said, you brought up a good point. I think that ref did a lot of her games, and that's
yeah.
why just the stare down gave her a tech. Because he's like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, he's like, yo, I deal with this shit every game I call of yours. You know what I'm saying? Every
Absolutely.
game you doing some shit and you're always getting on me. So like, yeah, you getting this tech. So that's what Quincy had to deal with on the ride home. He had to get into an argument with his friend that lives next door.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then she gonna hit him with the old line. Yo, you remember when this used to be something? You stick your thing in anything.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about taking you back to the late '90s, but
Come on, bro.
but that was the
If
line.
you
You stick
didn't,
your
if
thing in the
yeah, if
anything.
you ain't never heard your thing, then you too young. You way too
Yeah,
young,
yeah.
bro.
You might be too young. If you didn't hear that,
Yeah.
yeah, you too young for that time. That was a period in time where that was a thing.
That it
So
was it
Quincy,
was Sting and Dingling.
oh yeah, and Dingaling, yeah, that's the other one. Kick them in the ding ding. That's another one.
Kick them
Uh,
in the ding ding.
So now I'm just really thinking about like that's what Quincy's like last like 20 minutes was like. He had to deal with that on the ride home, and then as soon as he walked through the
Mm-hmm.
door, Mom Duke's got to hit him with an earring. You know what I'm saying? And
Man.
then he tells her, "Yo, Dad got a meeting, and he'll be home soon." And then next thing you know, a
They
meeting
argue.
at 2 o'clock in the morning, and
Oh,
then hey, boy, when she hit him upside the head, do I get a week yet? I was like,
yo,
yo.
wait a minute though. That was a real gold watch, bro.
And it
And
was
she
like it
got
hit him
hit.
for real too.
It hit him in the back of the head. That nigga didn't say. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, bro. This how you know. This how you know that he had that. I don't know if that was scripted because when he got hit in the head with that watch, he didn't say what the fuck. He didn't say God damn it. That nigga said damn you. Fucking rolling, bro. I said, damn you, bro. You know how fucking in pain you gotta be to cuss like that? Like, that was confusion, anger, and hatred all wrapped in one when he cussed like that. Nigga said, damn you. Get up. Hey, bro, let me tell you something, man. My nigga said, don't you worry, though. We got enough money in the savings to keep your fine ass in Gucci and gold.
Go.
How,
Hey.
how do you throw out a backhanded compliment like that, bro? In the middle of all your day? Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that, bro? That shit was amazing.
Ah,
We got enough money to keep your fine ass in Gucci and gold. Like, don't get me wrong, you on some bullshit. But
yeah.
I got one though. I just gotta put it out there. I got me one. See, you are fine, but we got enough money to keep you in out of stuff to keep you fine.
Ah.
That was amazing, bro.
Oh man, yeah, but hey, watching that shit again, boy, I was like, yo, that shit had to hit him in the head for real. That didn't look
I
fake.
told you, bro. That
That shit
motherfucker
looked real as
said.
fuck.
That nigga said, "Damn you." Like he was in a
Yeah.
Broadway play, bro. That shit was
Oh
funny,
man.
man.
But to be serious on a serious note,
Yeah.
for when they started arguing, Quincy climbs out and he knocks on her window very gently. She
Hmm.
hears it, let him in, throw him a pillow immediately,
Yep.
and gives him a thing. And it's like, oh, so this is something that happens all the time.
Yeah, like this is. But it also goes to show you that this is a real friendship. Like this ain't just what I'm saying, we live across the street from each other and we grew up together. No, this is a real deal friendship. Like this kind of puts that they chemistry into perspective because it's like you said, this is something that of course you can assume by this happens often, but also the fact that what I'm saying they didn't even speak in this whole thing. It was just
Hmm.
like going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? She get up, she still groggy. She look, what I'm saying? He give her that look. She open up the window. He climb in. You know what I'm saying? She throw back the covers, toss him a pillow, toss him, what I'm saying, the sheet. They go to sleep like it ain't nothing. And I mean, and it is what it is. And I thought that was dope as hell too because what they did to me was they kind of established their dynamic without
Yep.
necessarily having to establish that dynamic because like what I'm saying, we already seen what they were like as young kids, what I'm saying, in middle school or whatever. And so now them being in high school, you can kind of see like that relationship that they have or that friendship that they have has actually grown into a real friendship. It ain't just what I'm saying? It wasn't just something that we just what I'm saying, kind of live in the same neighborhood, we go to the same school, but we don't really kick it. Like you could tell that they have a real live dynamic. The fact that she was even still calling him big head, what I'm saying, that's something that they
Yep.
that they pointed out in the beginning of the movie. And what I'm saying, when they had fought, that was the first time she called him big head. She called him that, what I'm saying, at the game, asking him for the ride. So what I'm saying? That just lets you know like this is something that, what I'm saying, is a real thing. It's not just, what I'm saying, we just neighbors. Nah, like we real friends. You know what I'm saying? Our parents know each other and what I'm saying? Apparently we back and forth at each other's houses and stuff like that. So I thought that was a great way um to show without having to explain what's going on. That was a great way to show what their dynamic was like. So I thought that the writers and the directors did a good job in putting all that together. Um,
Yeah.
and so what's after that? I think it's the spring dance, right? So we had the part where we had the point to the spring dance. Um, so Monica is playing in her game. Um, this the championship game. USC is at the game. She ends up winning, and no,
No,
she ends up
no, they
losing. She ends
lost.
up losing. I'm sorry. Yeah, she ends up losing. She missed the last shot. This is another dope part of this movie too. The breakdown when they got in her head and they did the POV of her running
Yeah.
through the game and what I'm saying, in her head about what I'm saying, making a decision, dribbling right, dribbling left, what I'm saying, getting back on D, what I'm saying, basically coaching herself and talking to herself while she's playing the game. Um, so she ends up going down for the last shot, shoot the shot, miss it. You know what I'm saying? She go to the bench, she cry, you know what I'm saying? Off of a foul, end up getting you know what I'm saying, end up getting two shots, end up winning the game. They was down by one. Then she was supposed to go get the foul. She went to go get the foul to try to stop the game. End up getting fouled out. Championship championship game, and the game was over. They lost. She goes to the bench. She cries. Then you know what I'm saying. She get home, getting ready for the spring dance and stuff. Her sister, well, she get home next day. They getting ready for the spring dance. Her sister is talking to her. You know what I'm saying, getting her hair ready and all that. Don't you worry. I got somebody for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a dude that go to my school. Blah blah blah. Which this is weird. Okay, this is a weird thing. We got to go ahead and point out the obvious. In the '80s, bro, I guess you could say it was kind of cool for a dude to be in college to go back to high school and still talk to, what I'm saying, like a high school senior. This is something that everybody is familiar with if you grew up around this time. Like this ain't a out of character thing as it probably would be now. Like now, for a dude to come back from college and then be talking to a chick still in high school is definitely weird. They gonna call you out. You know what I'm saying? You a R. Kelly type dude. You a pervert. You know what I'm saying? You getting canceled. You doing all that. In the '80s, that was not a far fetched thing. I mean, dude, probably this nigga could have been a freshman. We don't know. We don't even know how old this nigga was. All I know is Boris Kojo looked crazy in this goddamn movie though.
Okay,
That nigga
do you
eyebrows was
feel
trash. And
that
that
was
fade
before?
is horrible.
You have to do boards like that. So,
Hey,
do you think it's
they did Boris like that.
do you okay? Do you think it's weird if it's a girl and the dude is in high school, a senior, or you think
Okay,
it's
so I'm
just
biased. I'm super biased in this, right? So my thing is that for the dude to come back and talk to the high school girl, that's everything is wrong about that. 100%. Being a nigga who lost a chick to a nigga that went to college and he was coming to pick her up from high school, yeah, that I'm totally against that. So
okay?
for personal reasons, that is all the way wrong. No dude should go to college and go back to high school to go get with a chick. I don't care if they was already together. You got to break up with her because you're going to college. So that's just the rule for me. That you can't rock like that. I'm not with that.
Okay.
Now, for a girl to come back and a dude is still in high school and he get that, then that's a W. You know what I'm saying?
See,
That is the ultimate W.
see, that's why I asked because
Yeah.
I had a similar situation
Mhm.
where what I'm saying, like I had a basketball game or whatever, and so I had met the girl on Christmas break, and so it's
Mhm.
basketball season. So you know what I'm saying. So we getting ready to hoop, and I was like, shit, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I got a little something rolling up to the game tonight. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I was like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Just this girl I'm talking to at Clemson. Oh man, get the fuck out of here, man. You ain't talking to no girl from Clemson. I was like, all right, watch this.
Yeah.
So I see her checking in, cause we just doing warm ups. And like I see
Mhm.
her like paying at the door or whatever, and like she had like these
Mhm.
Clemson like shocks on or whatever. And I was like, oh, that should go right there. And then it was like, all right, you the man.
Hey, bro. So this is funny on multiple accounts, bro. Cause you know what I'm saying. You actually led his life, bro. You a two sport athlete in high school. You know what I'm saying. Championship winner. Like you was a hooper, all that type of stuff, man. You had all the intangibles. You know what I'm saying. You had the height. You had it all, bro. You know what I'm saying. Um, And not only that, bro, you from a small town too, so you know what I'm saying. Like this is where everybody know everybody. Like y'all all literally like grew up together, went to high school together, and all that. So that's what's dope about that whole situation, because everything that happened in this movie, like you could 100% relate to. I cannot relate to none of this shit in high school. Let me tell you something. Okay, so first and foremost, everything. So we have a public school system. And like everybody else in a public school system, if you are from a city, right? Like, and I don't mean city like, 'cause I mean everybody is from a city. I mean like I'm in a city, so like Dayton is the third largest city in Ohio, and so in our public school system, you have, various elementary schools, you got various middle schools, you got various high schools. But because of the way everything is set up, you can go to school with somebody all the way through elementary. You could possibly go to middle school with them, and then by the time you get to high school, you could possibly never see this person again.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I grew up was I went to elementary school in a different district than the Dayton Public School District. I went to a suburb called Troutwood, and um, if people don't know anything about Troutwood, if you know who Chris Wright is, he's a basketball player that came out of Troutwood, went to UD, ended up playing for, I believe he played for Golden State or got drafted to Golden State. But that's where he went. He went to Troutwood. Braxton Miller also went to Troutwood. So, um, yeah, so I went to Troutwood at elementary school. And then when I got to middle school, I went back to the Dayton Public School District. So the people I went to middle school with, um, I ended up in high school with some of them because I ended up being in like this AP honors program. So like the people that was in my middle school, most of them we all got signed up to be in this program, and we all ended up going to Colonel White High School, which is now Thurgood Marshall. But so I went to school with like a bunch of people from different elementary schools. So like some of them grew up together. Some of us we never seen these people before. So because I was only in the school district for 2 years, I really didn't know anybody except for whoever I went to middle school with, which was actually a lot of people. So I ended up, going to high school with, a lot of people that I knew, of course, but a bunch of people that I didn't know either. And so I didn't play high school sports. I was supposed to play football, but I went to practice before the season started, and then some shit happened, and then I just stopped playing. So after that shit happened, I ended up, doing other shit. Like I ended up on the debate team, the quiz team and all that type of stuff. So I did all that type of stuff. So for me, I didn't have a chick that was able to come to none of my games. She definitely couldn't come to none of the debates or the quiz bowls. So, so that was out of the question. But I did mess around with a few college girls my senior year because I had a older brother who, we used to go out during the summers and, go out to college campuses. So I was a senior in high school messing with a few college girls. So
Oh man,
that
I
that
can
that
relate
I
to that.
can that I can relate to. So okay, so we had to dance, Monica's sister hooked her up, with one of her college friends. Um, She come in, dance going on crazy. They playing Johnny Kemp, just got paid, everybody doing the old school dances. It's going crazy in there. Gym is filled, jam packed, DJ throwing up all the hits. It's looking like a great spring dance, you know what I'm saying? So Monica walk in, she got the trench coat on. She got tall ass Boris Kojo next to her. So he like, yo, can I take your coat? She like, oh, you cold? Which is a hilarious ass line. Which is a hilarious line because this shows you how out of place he is as a quote unquote girl in this time period, bro. Like, nigga, she's so tomboyish, but she like, yo, are you cold, my G? Like, oh no, you mean okay. I forgot. I'm supposed to be girly girl in this. So she takes the, she takes the trench coat off, plickety plow, plickety plow. I mean, Sanaa Lathan, kudos. I mean, bravo. Goodness gracious, that white dress was fitting, man. Goodness gracious, that thing was fitting. She was so fine
That
in this
thing was
movie,
killer.
man. She was so fine in this movie. I had a crush on her because of this movie. Like, goodness gracious, feels so cold. So anyway, my man Quincy over there, he got shiny, he dancing, he look over, he like, that nigga said, damn.
Damn.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. It's so many moments in here that I could kind of relate to, but this one for sure I can relate to. So it's a girl I grew up with. Her name is Brittany Weaver. Okay. And Brittany Weaver was like Monica Wright. Like she was a fucking hooper. I'm talking about a hooper to the hooper. I mean, Brittany Weaver was playing with all the dudes. I'm talking about she had handles, she had a jump shot, she went to college to play ball, like all that. Like she is the real life Monica Wright that I know. And so one time, you know what I'm saying, this is like when Facebook was first start coming in out and all that. And you know, you could post the pictures up. This when MySpace was all hot and stuff. And so one time Brittany Weaver decides to go to the dance and wear a dress. And she posted her pictures on MySpace and Facebook. And when I tell you, nigga, every dude that knew Brittany Weaver, bro, was the same way that Quincy was looking at Monica and when these pictures came out. We all looked at her like that. We was like, God damn, like we knew Brittany was fine. But the fact
Yeah.
that she put that dress on, like she was on a different level. So Monica come in, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the school kind of looking like, damn, that's Monica. Damn, that's Monica. So my man Quincy stopped dancing. He like, yo, you got to hold on. I got to go see what this is about. Go talk to her. You know what I'm saying? They chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Tall ass Boris Kojo come back in the picture. What's up, Black? You know what I'm saying? He looking
Yeah,
up
he
like,
hit him
what's
with
up,
the
my
black.
nigga? Yeah, what's up, my nigga? Fuck you mean, Black? What do you want? Oh man. So they get the chopping about to leave. Then here comes Shawnee, bro. Damn, girl.
Oh,
Ain't no Nike made dress.
yo, that line was so cold.
Bruh, big hate.
But she had to. Come on, what other comeback can you have when you at a dance with somebody? Y'all went to the dance together. He sees
Mm-hmm.
somebody else and
Mm-hmm.
say, "Damn, I'll be
But you
right back."
know, but this is the thing though. Everybody knows they dynamic though. No, it's not like you think that they ever gonna get the fact that I'm sure the fact that when they got together, everybody had to be shocked because even she even said it to her mom. She was like, "What? No, I'm a lesbian. You probably think that anyway." Everybody probably thought that Monica Wright was a lesbian in high school. Like, let's keep it
because
real.
yeah, because the only person she had eyes for, she was kind of scared to even really, you know what I mean? I guess because Quincy was so out there, like he didn't tie himself down to the idea of being with her.
Well,
She
they grew
completely
up
tied
together too, so she knew how it was.
exactly. So I think that she probably just never thought that he really looked at her like that because of what happened when they was 11. Like they dated for
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes and then they got into a fight and said fuck it.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah, that line was so cold, but she had to have something in the arsenal, man. I mean, dude,
She
that to
played it.
me,
She played it classy, bro. She played it classy though.
she did, but that's an ego thing. Like if I'm with a girl and we went to this place together and she say, "Damn, I'll be right back," yo, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna hurt my ego a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna need to come back to try
Is
to,
it
you know what I'm
really
saying,
though?
make myself feel a little better. Well, I
I
mean, it
mean, seriously,
depends.
like, is it? If okay, so like, say her and this dude, they've been cool for forever, right? And you know what I'm saying? I guess the opposite would be like this nigga was in, I don't know, he was on the dance team or the cheerleading team. And you know what I'm saying? This nigga was because I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make it like an equal thing. Because she was technically a tomboy. So like say this nigga was just like every time y'all seen him, this nigga was like wearing leotards with like the plaid jacket over his hips and shit like that. But
Oh
they was
man.
cool though. You know what I'm saying? And then this nigga, the dance come up, this nigga come in the suit. And she like, damn, and she go over there. But they friends. You and everybody in school thinking, man, this nigga don't talk to girls. You ain't gonna be like, what you mean, damn? You probably gonna be over there before she is. Like, yo, this nigga got on a suit. I can see this. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So I think to me that's what the damn. I mean, well, I know what the damn was about, but I think it was more so just the shock of seeing her in the dress. You know what I'm saying? And her looking, you know what I'm saying? Dainty and you know what I'm saying, girly girl compared to how she usually looked. You know what I'm saying? She usually got on the jeans and the t-shirt, you know what I'm saying, with the chucks on, you know what I'm saying, like a dude. So it kind of made sense as to why he went over there. But this is pretty much where what I'm saying the fire got started. At the end of the dance, everybody doing their little thing. Everybody go slow dance or whatever. So Quincy and Monica kind of get each other to stare down. They feeling each other all of a sudden. The energy is popping. Um, they both get home. Monica sneak into her room through the window. And shout out to the directors and the what I'm saying and the whole writers and everything for putting this in the movie because it was only in this time period can you sneak in and out a window. You know what I'm saying without your parents knowing
Yeah.
that you in and out the house. You know what I'm saying. This is the type of freedom that we had back in the day. Um, this is what was so dope about being out back in the day because you could just get in and out the house without the parents even knowing. You know what I'm saying? That's how dope this was. So, what I'm saying? She go to her room, she sneak in the window or whatever. She see the note, she taking her shoes off, taking everything out of her hair. My man Quincy get home and she like, yo, you know what I'm saying? She got questions. She like, hey nigga. So he come out, you know what I'm saying? Shit. She's like, so how was your night? He like, man, I dropped her off. That was it. She like, yeah, whatever, nigga. He like, nah, fuck all that. What about you and what I'm saying, tall ass Boris Kojo? You know what I'm saying? What y'all do? She like, shit, what I'm saying? We went down to Mulholland Drive or whatever. This nigga was trying to get it on, but I wasn't having it. Every time he tried to come on to me, I pushed him away. I need him in his nuts a couple of times. So, what I'm saying? She give my man
No,
she's like, but fuck all
hold
that.
up, hold up,
What's up?
hold up. Because I think this part is very important, and I think that
Mm-hmm.
this is what sealed the deal. All right, maybe you didn't think so, but I think this is what really got her to really seal the deal. You know what I'm saying? To finally give him them skins. So she was like, he was kissing on me, and she said, I kept asking him in the next because she said it really boggled my mind because I can't remember how many offensive boards I had
Oh
in the
yeah, yeah,
championship
yeah.
game. And then he says 4. She's like, huh?
Real,
He was like,
real
you had
friends,
4
real
offensive
friends.
rebounds. And see, I think that right there was like, oh, so he really pays attention. You know what I'm saying? And I
Absolutely.
think that's what really got her was the fact that he knew how many offensive rebounds she had in that game.
Absolutely. I agree with you, man. I agree with you 100%. Um, but no, once again, this goes to show you how great of what I'm saying, the friendship that they had. The fact that he was remembering her stats. What I'm saying? He was coming to her games and everything. So like once again, they doing a great job of establishing a dynamic, letting you know like, hey, this is a real friendship. Like they are super close. What I'm saying? Without them actually showing us how close that they supposedly are. And so what I'm saying, like you said, mention the four offensive rebounds. They got there. She's like, yo, check this letter out, read it for me. I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? He hit her with the A. You made it. You know what I'm saying? She like, what? I'm going to USC. He like, you know what? Congratulations, but shit, me too. Which ain't no fucking shocker. You fucking Quincy McCall, nigga. You can go to any college you want to at this point, bro. Like that's the shit that that's the shit that made me laugh, bro. Like they did a great job of downplaying wherever he was going to college because he could pretty much just go wherever the fuck he wanted to, bro. We already know this.
Yeah.
So this nigga getting double doubles in high school. Like, come on, man. He going anywhere he wants. Top prospect in the nation. We get it. So they get hyped. He going for the hug. She going for the kiss. My nigga back up shocked. Like, yo, what was that? She like, shit, I don't know, but I liked it. You know what I'm saying? So they continue, to do their thing. And what I'm saying? My man Quincy took charge. They out in the
Mhm.
in the in the yard getting busy. Kissing and hugging, touching and feeling. And then she got to push him off real quick. Like, yo, what am I doing? And then she thought about it. She said, you know what, man, fuck this. I've been wanting this. Let's do this. Get up, going
Man.
back to her room. She tell my man, come with me. Shit, that nigga ain't waste no time. You hear me? My man hopped up, got in there, and of course they did the romantic love scene where what I'm saying they
Hey,
get naked and
shout out to Maxwell. I think this movie is what
Oh
really
yeah, for
set
sure.
Maxwell off. I didn't know who Maxwell was until this song. This was the first
You
Maxwell song
are you
I've ever
serious?
heard. I'm dead ass serious.
That shocked me because
Like
you are an R&B dude. I figured you would
I am an
know
R&B
exactly
dude,
who
but this is the
Maxwell was.
first one, and like that's one of those monumental moments where when you hear this song, for
Yeah.
me, this is what I visualize.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
visualize this scene
But you
in
ain't
Love and
like you ain't
Basketball.
never heard like a little something something and none of that before that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't.
A little
Well,
bit.
I probably did, but it's just like this is the one song that really like this
Yeah,
this song was
this helped
time.
them take off. This helped them become the man for real though. So you
Yeah,
right about
yeah,
that. Yeah, you right about
yeah.
that. Yeah, this was probably one of the most iconic scenes in black cinema
And
for sure.
and safe sex. I like how they put that in
Absolutely.
there.
Shout
You know
out
what I'm
to
saying?
Quincy McCall, my nigga. He
They
was a
made
lead.
sure. Yeah, they made sure. I felt like that was something that they put in the script of like, yo, we want to make sure
Yeah.
that we showed him pull a condom out, actually, you know what I'm saying? Well, put it on or whatever before he do it. I think that was a point that they wanted to make in the film of the fact of them
Well, I
doing
mean,
that.
we kind of seen why, because he damn sure hit it with the fast bust, bro. I don't know. I don't know
No,
if
they
nobody else.
didn't, man.
But you didn't watch that scene, my G. You didn't watch that scene, bro. Let me tell you something. The reason I watched that scene so hard was because Sanaa Lathan hands. I hate her hands to this day. Okay, and she
Man,
was
come on.
covering up. Nah, she was
Yes.
covering up, bro. You gotta show us, bro. This is what 2000, the 2000s. You gotta show us, bro. This is for the culture. You know what I'm saying? You gotta at least see a areola or something, man. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? My man put the condom on. He get up in there. She gasping and all that good shit. Whatever. He take her V card, but before the scene ends, he goes, uh, the fast buck. When we get done recording, go back and watch that scene, bro. Just go back and watch that particular scene, and you'll hear it. He gave it a fast bust. So I'm glad my man put on the condom because neither one of them would have had a basketball career at this point. Um, so you know what I'm saying. So basically, after that, it cut to college. You know what I'm saying? They in
Yep.
college. They done established a relationship. They, you know what I'm saying, they together, they going to the same school, you know what I'm saying, they walk in the courtyard, I mean, they walk in the yard together and all that shit. Um, and from this point on, it just pretty much goes through her time of struggling being on the girls' basketball team, trying to get that starting spot, and then it goes to my man Quincy going through possibly the worst time of his life. You know what I'm saying?
well,
Growing up,
what Well, I think first it's showing you like how different they were. Like she went in as a struggling freshman, he
yeah,
went in as the phenom freshman.
absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
No, you're
That
right. You
before
know what?
before
You are right. You are right because it shows the Sports Center clip real quick or the ESPN clip. Shout out to Robin Roberts. You know what I'm saying? I forgot she was on
Dick
Sports Center.
Vitale.
Yeah, Dickie V. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Robin Roberts. You know what I'm saying? Looking young and prestigious as always.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Talking about USC and possibly becoming the next powerhouse with, you know what I'm saying, top prospect, you know what I'm saying, the son of Zeke McCall, you know what I'm saying, on the team, possibly bringing them up to the level that Duke and Arkansas and Kentucky and all them were. And then, you know what I'm saying, they also went over to the girls team who had four returning starters. But if, like you said, if one of the freshmen get popping, then you know what I'm saying this could be one of the best women's teams, you know what I'm saying, in the nation. So, like you said, they definitely differentiated what was going on before we actually got a chance to see it. And so Monica is going through it in her practices and everything because she she has the potential to be a star, but you know what I'm saying, she's a loose cannon. She got some stuff to work on. You know what I'm saying. She played a game flashy. You know, saying we all seen this before. We already know what it's like for an athlete to have to go through. You know what I'm saying, getting with the system and getting with the program. And then like you said on the other side of it, man, you know what I'm saying? Quincy, he throwing alley oops off the backboard to his teammates. He crossing people up. He, you know what I'm saying, dunking. He high fiving people in little ass college gyms and shit. Like so, we already know, we already know how this is going down, right? But then you know what I'm saying, his world kind of gets flipped on his head because he eventually finds out that his dad um is pretty much, you know what I'm saying, not the man that he grew up knowing his dad to be. And so this is this is different because right, what really showed a lot of this for me was the fact of the way he handled this whole situation about his dad. Um you know, usually when you got a father in the home or whatever, they kind of teach you how to handle your emotions and handle certain situations and deal with certain stuff like that. And of course, you know what I'm saying, when his dad was there, his dad was teaching him all those things. You know, he even mentioned it like, you know, he always told him, don't keep your hands in your pockets and always look a man in the eye, you know, shake firm handshakes and you know, saying all the stuff that a father is supposed to teach his son. Um, and then he's like, you know, he's been teaching me all this, but at the same time, you know, he was lying to me. You know what I mean? He looked me dead in the eye and lied to me about, you know what I'm saying, this kid not being his and, you know, him not cheating and everything else, only coming to find out his mom hired a private investigator. And hey, you know what I mean? He was out here doing his thing. He was being a pro athlete. Um, and then you got Monica on the other hand, who is basically trying to, you know what I'm saying, work her way into the system, but she's having she's having a struggle with, you know what I'm saying, one of the teammates who has her position, the starting point guard for her team. You know what I'm saying? She's not easing up on her at all. She, you know what I'm saying, leaving her at the weight room, which we got to talk about that. That's crazy, bro. How do you leave your teammate? You supposed to be spotting them. How you leave your teammate on the workbench like that? Like, what if she would have got injured, bro? Like, what kind of
She
shit
didn't
was that?
get well
She didn't
because
give a
she
fuck.
thought. Well, no, she didn't because something else that they showed in the film that I thought was genius is you start seeing the progression of Monica
Hmm.
actually catching on and Sidra seeing, yo, this girl is better than me. And
Yes.
then like there
Yes.
was a scene when she got that one loose rebound, like she kind of looked in the air, like she kind of felt bad, like she was like, oh shit, like I'm not trying to embarrass her, but
Right.
you know what I mean? I'm just better than her. And
Yeah.
like so I thought that was great how they did that. So you got Monica getting to the point, then Citra, she gets hurt, and
Hmm.
then so she starts well, she goes in, and then the coach tell her, like, yo, well, no, this is before. So now she's actually getting PT and all this shit. And so
Hmm.
that's when you start to see the flip in their life. Now they show Quincy game, Quincy playing like shit. You
Yeah.
know, it's like they lives have actually got flipped upside down. Both of their lives. She started to
Yo,
become a star.
Quincy Quincy handled that situation like a bitch, though. I'm not gonna lie,
He
bro.
he 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 handled it terribly. And this is
Absolutely.
what what I'm saying. Now it's like it's time to get into the shits because I think one of her responses was really good because when he said that whole thing of what you just said, look a man in the eye, firm handshake, all that
Hmm.
shit. She was like, just because he did what he did doesn't mean he wasn't a great father to you. That
Absolutely.
was a great line because just because he lied to you about this one thing about cheating on your mom doesn't mean that he wasn't, what I'm saying, that he wasn't a good father to you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So for him to look at things like that, like those are two totally different things. It's not the same thing. So
Right.
I thought that when the whole point of her saying, yo, let's walk to, my dorm room, he was like, I don't want to run into anybody. And he was
Hmm.
like, let's chill here. And she was like, yo, I gotta, we got curfew. Don't get me wrong. I understand you were hurt. and you just wanted to talk. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with compromising with her and walking with her and being with her in her room. Y'all can
Thank you,
have
bro.
that
This is
same
your girl,
conversation in the
bro.
room.
This is your girl, bro. First and foremost, you know she here strictly on scholarship. You know what I'm saying? You know why she here, bro. If she don't start, this all kind of shit could go bad. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, I get it too. You know what I'm saying? You hurt, you going through some shit right now. You talk about I don't want to see nobody, nigga. She said, let's go to my dorm room. Go to the goddamn dorm room with her, man. All this shit could have been
Exactly.
avoided if he just didn't
Yes,
be a bitch about this.
exactly. Because at the same time, like you said, she's on scholarship. She gotta play. She can't be missing curfew because her
Right.
shit can get put. Quincy could get away with anything he wanted because he was the star
Literally.
freshman. She wasn't
Mm-hmm.
initially a star freshman. She only got on
Right.
the team because one girl got pregnant and they had an open spot. So
Yeah, she wasn't even being recruited.
technically, yeah, she wasn't even being recruited by USC. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you knew the whole time you met this girl. This
Mm-hmm.
girl loved the fuck out of basketball. Why risk her playing? Why risk her scholarship? Why risk her? I mean, okay, let's say the coach was just like, okay, you missed curfew. After practice, I want 100 suicides. So now she got to do 100 suicides because you didn't want to run into anybody.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's like, come on, man. Like he could have compromised with her, but he look at it like, oh, well, you care more about basketball than me. No, dude. Like this is her livelihood at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, she loves you. She wants to be with you, but then you gonna say, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? You know, he put her in a position to make her have to choose. And he looked at it like you chose basketball over me at a time that I needed you. She didn't
Right.
say, yo, I got curfew, I gotta go home. We can talk about this tomorrow. She was like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
come to my dorm room so we both can win. I can be
Absolutely.
in my room at curfew and you can chill in here with me. It wasn't like she was saying, we'll deal with this tomorrow. He handled that
Right.
like a complete bitch. It was completely his fault. And I just felt that it was unnecessary for him to act like that. And the way he was just wasn't able to function playing basketball just because his dad wasn't at the game, it's like, come on, man. It's like to me that shows like you got all the skill, but you ain't got it mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hey,
apparently
if this would have been a
you
football movie, he'd have went crazy in that game.
dude, think about this. They showed Monica's championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Did Quincy ever get into a championship game?
Well, I mean that it was kind of
I'm,
insinuated that them
I'm
niggas
just
won a championship game. They was undefeated.
maybe so, maybe so. But I'm just saying, like he didn't know how to handle the pressure. Obviously, he couldn't handle the
Right.
pressure on the court. He couldn't handle it through life. So he comes up with a smart idea. He shows up to the fucking party after they had the game where Monica got the charge to win the game. Coach said,
Mm-hmm.
"Yo, I'm gonna shake some shit up. I'm gonna make you the starter." And you know, they go to the party or whatever. Well, she went to his dorm room, and the dude told she was only at the party because his roommate told her that he was going to be at the damn party.
That he was gonna be
So
there. Exactly.
exactly. So she's there because she know you heading there, and then you got her bobbling her words because she knows that you on edge right now. Because I look,
Right.
Sanaa Nathan did a fucking phenomenal job in this because the way that she was like, she said, she was like, oh, how did she say it? She said something about, so I came to your room after the game,
Mm-hmm.
and your roommate told me you're gonna be here. He was like, oh, so after the game, and then she was like, well, I mean, we celebrated after the game, but then like soon after that, like completely like right after that, I came, and it was just like you could tell, like just to do that the way that she did it, she
Yeah.
knew that he had trust issues at this point. So
Mm-hmm.
now she's on edge on, oh man, I forgot to tell him that we celebrated right after the game. And then so like she didn't want him to seem like the timing didn't match. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
he think it's a great idea to start talking to this girl, you know what I'm saying, Ebony from Players Club, talking to her,
She always
and then
she always in the wrong role, bro.
so the next day is the all time craziest shit because he seems like he's in a better mood. And then she's like, yo, you didn't. And then first of all, he didn't go to her game. Her
Mm-mm.
second game. No, her first game. No, it might have
First
been her
game
second game
started.
as a starter.
No, first game
He don't
started.
even
You right.
show up. Yeah, he don't even show up. And then he was like, "You the man again." And she was like, "No, the
Mm-hmm.
woman." And then his motherfucker hugged this girl and was like, "Hey, yo, this is Monica." Like the fuck, my man.
Not
They
in
sitting
front
there
of, and then
playing
did it
double
in front of
dribble
his
and
boys
shit.
though.
Yeah, did it in front of his boys while they playing double dribble. So he was like, "Yo, we're going out to get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? You want to go?" Like the fuck. And
Right.
then then that's when the whole conclusion come of like he was like, yo, like he was sitting outside her dorm room, say, yo, can we talk? And so she was like, how about your date or whatever? He's like, man, I took the whole to Burger King. She was like, cheap date. He was like, at least she had time for me. And she's like, so she brings up the time, like, yo, I had curfew that night. He was like, at least you got your priorities straight. She's like, I never made you choose. He's like, you never have to. Now, granted, in that conversation, no, he never made her choose. But then at the same time, that this was the first
Hold on, real quick, folks. You know what I'm saying? We got cut off real quick. Technical difficulties. Apologies. You know how these things go. We about to get right back into it. So,
my fault.
you was leaving off. No, you good. You was leaving off. You were saying that they is having a conversation about uh him. You know what I'm saying? In a situation with his
Yeah,
dad, he said she never made him choose. Go ahead.
yeah, like I think that this was the first time that they had a disagreement and he went completely off of the you know what I'm saying, off the ledge. Just like, dude,
Yeah.
like these are things that happens in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
you can't just bail the first time that something don't go your way. And I
Right.
felt like that's what he did because of yeah, don't get me wrong. I know it's tough. I personally didn't have to deal with it because my parents kind of like really broke up before I started walking, so I was too young to even understand. So,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like at the same time, the first time y'all have controversy, you just bail on a relationship, and then like not only do you bail on a relationship, you bail on college.
Well,
Like
okay.
you break up with
So
her.
this is a great point that you're bringing up, right? So this is why I say that they did a great job before kind of foreshadowing everything that was going to happen um within this movie in that first, in those first couple scenes. Because remember, when he liked her, he was like, yo, be my girlfriend. She was like, all right, cool, whatever. And the first time something didn't go his way, what'd he do? Forget you then. Pushed her down off the bike.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be my girl anyway, you dog, and da da da. And then they get into a fight, they get into arguing or whatever. So this is not something that's foreign to us for real. I just don't think that we realize that this is pretty much just how Quincy is. If something don't go his way, him being who he is, you know what I'm saying? He kind of just, throw caution to the wind, like, hey, fuck it, I just do whatever I want to do at this point. And so I thought it was, I thought it was genius for them to kind of put that into, the beginning because this is just that's just how it is. Not even to mention how quick they relationship is. It's an on again, off again thing. Like the fact that they were boyfriend and girlfriend in the beginning for only less than a minute. You know what I'm saying? And then life went on. So I thought that was great for them to show us that ahead of time, and then to continue that. As they got older and kind of expanding that. That was dope for them to do that.
Yeah, and then like he was just really being rebellious for the simple fact of like the conversation that he had with his dad twice. Like he had the one conversation in the bar when he told him about, the paternity suit thing. Because he
Yeah.
before they got into that conversation, he was like, "Yo, people saying that I'm a definite lottery pick." And he was like, "Yo, the NBA ain't
Mhm.
going nowhere. Give yourself time to develop." So then you fast forward to the scene where he's in the room and he tells his dad, since we're being honest, I'm entering the NBA. He was like, he just knew that it would piss his dad off. So he really was only
Yeah.
really doing it to piss his dad off to go to the NBA when he knew that he wasn't ready to go to the NBA.
Right.
So to to just be rebellious towards him and then just dip out on your girl, like that was just like Quincy, he handled that completely bad. And then
Absolutely.
for Monica, for 5 years to go by, she go over, she finished college, she go overseas, she's playing ball over in Spain, and for her to just completely put a chastity belt on, don't give nobody the skins. Like
Man, she was focusing
and
on her career, man. She was focusing on who.
but the thing is, okay, we'll get in that a little bit in probably a couple more minutes, but like it was just to me the whole Monica thing, especially in today's world, just seemed unrealistic. Of the fact of like this girl really only fucked with one dude like her whole fucking life, and it was just like,
Literally.
you know what I'm saying? Like it just like shit like that just don't really happen anymore. Now, for the people, if you listen to this podcast, you one of them people. It's no disrespect, but it
Yeah.
don't really happen like that anymore. So she's over there. She got no friends. She ain't trying to fuck with nobody. She hear about him tearing his ACL because he's bouncing around from team to team because he never really got that development that he needed because he wasn't ready to go into the
Mhm.
league yet. So she hear about him tearing his ACL, and Monica's biggest problem is she think that, and Quincy said this to her. She think the sun rises and set on her ass. What made you think you could pop up 5 years later and just think you could bring me some flowers because I tore my damn ACL that I ain't been seeing nobody? You know what I'm saying? She thought this
I
dude was
mean,
gonna
yeah.
be straight up single, and she thought that she was gonna be able to just work herself back in. And this dude, what I'm saying, fiance come in, Tyra Banks with one of her worst acting jobs ever, come in there,
Absolutely.
hello, which is weird as fuck. And but but so before Tyra Banks walked in, she's like, she said something about like she didn't think she was going back. And he was like,
Right.
why? And she was like, I just don't want to talk about it. He was like, yeah, I don't know no dude. He was like, I don't know nobody. He said, I don't know no girl who ever loved basketball as much as you did. She was like, just drop it.
Mhm.
So then that's when the wife come in. So she goes home. She tells her mom, and this is another conversation that I wanted to get into. We was talking about it before the
Yeah.
pod. And like, so she goes in, her mom is cooking, and she's like, told her that Quincy's engaged. And she was like, to that stewardess? And she was like, you met her? She was like, yeah, they had a cookout a while back. And she was like, what do I do? And she was like, find out where they registered and send them a gift. And so
Yeah.
she was like, whatever. And she's like, that's your answer to everything? She's like, yeah, when you come with bullshit like that. So they get into an argument. But that was a conversation, like that was just a lead in to the problems that they've been having throughout her whole childhood. And
Right.
so her mom is like, yo, a night that I remember is your school dance, and you know how beautiful you look. The way she said it was really kind of fucked up too, because she was
Yeah.
like, that day you was beautiful, and I told you because you was. Like, she still ain't.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean that day she was beautiful? So anyway, she was like, Mom, like, I must have played in 1,000 games. She was like, I only remember you being at 2. And she was
Right.
like, "Oh, well, you had your dad and your coaches." She was like, "It didn't matter, if I was at those games or not." She was like, "No, it mattered, mama." And I'm like, the thing is that really hit with me because when I was young, like my mom didn't come to like a really, she didn't really start coming to my games till I was on varsity. But
Mhm.
it bothered me. You know what I'm saying? Like it bothered me as a kid of like, yo, like, what I'm saying, I see, the people who got both their parents at the game, and it's like it's always my dad, which wasn't a problem. Like, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
love my dad to death. But it was just like what pissed me off about that scene was the fact that her mom is like, you knew all through her childhood, all this girl loved the most was fucking basketball. And you gonna
Mhm.
tell her what you remember is one fucking school spring dance, and you only came to two of her basketball games. This
Right.
girl went. You ain't come to a high school championship game. You know what I'm saying? You didn't come to any of her college games, and it was just
Mhm.
like that was like the dynamic between them two was the fact of like she looked at her mom as a person who you know just became a housewife who
Right.
basically just did everything for her husband, but she was
Right.
more of a strong, independent type of person who loved to play ball. And it was just like you saw their differences. And I just thought
Mhm.
that with her mom being so naive to the fact to think of like that it didn't matter to her that you didn't show up to her games. Like that shit bothered me. And I think that her mom was really an asshole for that. And also just to say, yo, you was beautiful that day. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Well,
damn,
I
somebody
don't
put up.
think I don't think her mom meant it in that way, right? I think she was just saying that, throughout her life, her mom was just basically trying to get her to, you know, her mom was trying to get her to be a certain way in her life, right? And we seen this ahead, what I'm saying, earlier in the movie where she was just saying like, "Yo, I wish you'd get out of that tomboy phase." Because what she was saying to her was like, "Yo, you're a beautiful girl, and you know you could really, I would really, I guess her mom was just basically saying like, I would really like to see you be more girly. You know what I'm saying? I would really like to see you be a lot more feminine." And yeah, it is fucked up because what I'm saying, her passion was basketball. She liked to hoop. She wanted to play ball. And you got to remember in this time, like sports for girls wasn't really like the go to. You know what I'm saying? Like even
Hmm.
her sister was a cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? We seen that because when the cheerleaders was doing their thing, her sister was sitting next to her dad doing all the cheers. Like so, her sister was this like girly girl thing, and then like Monica just was like the son that her dad never got. And so
Hmm.
what I'm saying? She just connected a lot more with her dad than she did with her mom because, what I'm saying, she liked the hoop. She was a tomboy. She liked, what I'm saying, watching basketball and all that type of stuff. So I just think that it was just that disconnect of not necessarily them not like them not having a common ground because of course they had a common ground. That's her mom, that's her daughter. It was just more so the fact that you know, she her dad was always there. Like, and then for me, like this was the thing. Like, so what I'm saying. My dad passed along like when I was a kid, so I didn't have my dad at none of my games or none of the what I'm saying, things like that. But my mom, what I'm saying, when she could be there, she was there, and she was
Hmm.
always there. So like as I got older and stuff like that, like I guess I didn't really take offense to some of the stuff because I kind of seen what my mom had to go through with certain things. But I don't think that she kind of took into account of the fact that her mom was basically a housewife. Her dad was at the games, her dad was there, whatever, and when she got home, dinner was ready. What I'm saying, everybody's stuff was. Remember her dad walked in like, yo, can you iron these for me real quick? So it's like, yo, she was really just being a great mom and taking care of the household. She was holding down the household, and I don't think Monica had the appreciation for what she did because Monica didn't see herself in that role. Monica didn't see herself as that person, and because she didn't see herself as that person, she saw herself as, like you said, this. I don't want to say independent because I feel like that got like a weird connotation to it, but she just seeing herself as something different, right? She seeing herself as a
Hmm.
basketball player, regardless. She was living her dream, and it didn't seem as if like her mom was able to do that because remember her mom was like, I cook for, I cook all the time. I do da da da. And remember, Quincy's mom was like you cater. She was like, no, but I mean, I would like to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like you could see like her mom had goals and aspirations that she probably wanted to do too. She just never was able to, fully get into it the same way Monica had an opportunity to, do with basketball. And I think that was even though they didn't kind of dive into that, I think that was a great way of them still giving us that little tidbit of information because you kind of see like, yeah, they were on two different wavelengths, but at the same time, like, I think her mom still had that love for her and her mom always wanted to see her do good, but it was just like, yo, it's other things that you could do. And her mom kind of seen the big picture because like, what I'm saying, it wasn't no WNBA at the time. So like, yeah, you could play basketball, but damn, what are you gonna do after that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least at the time. Like, what are you gonna do after that? And then, what I'm saying, of course we end up seeing that she ended up making it to the WNBA, but just in that moment, I could understand what her mom was going through because it's like, yeah, you could play basketball, but then what happens after basketball is over with? You know what I'm saying?
True. True. And then like so she started working at the bank with her dad. And then like so she's coming home one day and Quincy's outside and he asked her the question like, yo, like what made you give up ball? And she was like, why you keep sweating me? He's like, yo, I ain't never known nobody love ball as much as you did. Now you traded in your Nikes for a pair of shoes you can't even walk in. And then so then he
Yeah,
gets on him and he was like, I'm kind of feeling the same way too. And she was like, really? And he was like, yeah, I haven't dribbled the ball in 4 months. And then he reveals that, I
four
always felt
months.
like
Come
I
on,
needed, he was like, I always felt like I needed the ball because of my dad, because I wanted to be better than my dad.
right,
And so he revealed his
right.
reason, but she didn't reveal hers. So then later on, after she had a conversation with her mom, when her mom was like, yo, when I said he could do better, I was talking about you. So she
Yeah,
goes in for the kill. She knocks on the window, have him come out. And she's like, the reason she don't love ball anymore is because he's not in her life anymore. She's like, I love you since I was
mm-hmm.
11 years old, and this shit ain't been, this shit ain't went away. And so he was like, yo, you wait
Right.
till 2 weeks before my wedding to say some shit like that. And she was like, yeah, I should have said it 2 weeks ago. And that's when he hit her with the, you think the world revolves and sets on, saying the sun rises and set on your ass. And it was like she did
Yeah,
kind of feel that way, but then at the same time, it's just like they were both at these crossroads of where, like she said, like you kind of want me to end this for you because
right.
with them being the friends that they were and her actually taking ownership for some shit that wasn't her fault, because I don't think that was her fault
Mm-hmm.
at all. We both established that he should have compromised and went to her dorm room because it's just not fair to her to risk her college career because you were upset about what happened with your father. But she
Absolutely.
was like, but she did say, even though it wasn't fucked up, but she was like, I should have been there for you when you needed me to be there. So they do the whole basketball game, which you said in the comments, so you had it wrong. Old girl wasn't there; she was gone. So they wasn't playing basketball for love while the girl was in the house.
I
So
mean, same thing, man. This nigga got a fiance. You just pop over this nigga house and want to play 1-on-1. Come on, bro.
and
And
then
you
bring
mean to
up the
tell
whole.
me yeah, like this nigga's relationship is that weak that is that weak that a game of basketball ends this nigga's whole engagement? Like now, this is the part of the movie where I looked at and I was like, whoever wrote this part of the movie, yo, they thought they had. I can just imagine what they were going through in the writers' room when they was writing this part. Cause I'm like, my nigga, it's a basketball game. Y'all. It's 1-1. We get it. Like the significance of what the basketball game meant. Y'all played at the same place y'all met and blah blah blah. All that same shit. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Like this chick that work at the bank and do all this other stuff. There's no way like I'm playing basketball with her and then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you gave me a good game, double or nothing. You know what I'm saying? We are playing for my heart. So you know what I'm saying? Double or nothing. No, man. Just they could have found a different way to do that, bro.
Man, that's the whole point of it, man. That's why the movie's called Love and Basketball, man. And like
I don't
it
know.
was
That was
fucking
just a weird way. That was just a
it
weird
was
way of
fu-
them putting that shit together to me.
it was funny seeing the switch because like because like he was first of all, maybe not when I first seen this movie in probably 2000, 2001 or whatever. Like I probably didn't know movies like I know movies now. It's like because he
Right.
was being an asshole. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
she checked him up. He just let the ball bounce off his chest. You know what I'm saying? He giving her the elbow and shit, pushing her and shit. You know what I'm
Hey, he
saying?
dunked on
So
her, bro. He dunked on her with a bad ACL, bro. He dunked on her shit with a bad ACL, bro.
yo, when he got
Facts.
his first point, right? He got his first
Mm-hmm.
so he got no, I think he got his second point. And so then he took the knee brace off. And then she's standing there, my man just pushing. I was like,
Hey,
God damn.
hey,
Hey, he pushed the
that
shit out of her.
that's some wild shit.
That definitely some wild shit. So like, and then like you said, he dunked on her and shit. Then he hit her with a double or nothing. And then the next scene you see the old it was the farm, wasn't it? I think that's what it was called. So you
Yeah,
thinking, oh, Quincy back in the NBA and all this type shit, and then it showed the introduction of the women's NBA and all that type shit. Shout out to Lisa Leslie, she made a little small appearance there, but
for sure.
yeah, like I see what you said, but I think that like she said in the conversation before the game, she's like deep down, you about to make the biggest decision of your life. I don't think he ever really wanted to marry her. I think that he was settling for her because Monica wasn't there.
Yeah,
And I just think that because of what he went through, I don't know if it's that he had abandonment issues, even though he told his dad to never come to see him again. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
When in the hospital, when he was like, yo, you want me to step off? So I think that Quincy was just in that mode of like, I need somebody. And she was just there. So I think the
right.
person that he wanted to be with at the time, she was in Spain. So he was just like, all right, fuck it. I'll just marry this girl that's here right now. So I
Yeah,
think that's really what it was. So yeah, like you're right. That relationship was weak because I don't think he ever really
absolutely.
wanted to be with her anyway. So
Yeah,
I mean, man, when you in that rom com type of romance type of movie, like I mean, they didn't reinvent the wheel. Only thing they did was threw basketball in the shit. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
And threw some hard ass lines. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no Nike made dresses. You know what I mean? So
Hilarious line, by the way.
yeah. So, but nah, I fuck with this movie, man. This movie is like one of those ones, man.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That is a bittersweet ending, bro. This nigga ended up, you know what I'm saying, becoming a goddamn work husband. I mean, a house husband. You know what
He
I'm
went back to
saying?
school, man.
Yeah, same thing, bro. whatever whatever you want to call him, my G. This nigga was courtside at a LA Sparks game, watching his wife play ball, bro. And let me tell you the worst part about the whole thing. The worst part about the whole thing is when they showed the back of her jersey and it said Wright McCall. Nah, bro, we not doing that, bro. You gonna take my last
Yeah,
name, bro? I'm
she
sorry.
did.
Nah, we just. I just get no. You're not gonna hyphenate it. Don't do that. I just gave you 2 games of one-on-one so you can show me how much you love me. Like you can't even take my whole last name. That ain't cool, bro. That
Man,
ain't cool
come
at all,
on,
man.
man.
That was bogus.
Nah, nah.
That was bogus,
I'm with
man.
her on that,
That
man.
was
She's
bogus.
known as Monica Wright, man. You know what I'm saying? she wanted the world
I
to
guess.
know. You
I
know
mean, it's cool and all.
what I'm
I mean, it is what it is. I'm just saying that's weird to me, man. But teach his own. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own little thing, man. But let's go ahead and get into these fire flames, bro.
saying? Yes, sir.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. So what you rating this thing, bro?
Man, you know, Omar Epps is that guy. Sanaa Lathan is that chick. Um, you had good guest appearances from somebody like Regina Hall. So the casting was really good. I thought I thought the writing was cool. It wasn't the best, but when it comes to romantic movies, like you kind of really can predict a lot of shit that's going on. So,
Yeah,
but overall, I mean, I fuck with this movie, man. I'm gonna have to give it. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I'm gonna give it 4.5. This is still a movie that to me still holds up. You know what I'm saying? Even though Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan
absolutely.
like about 30 playing high school kids, but but yeah, but nah, like yeah, man, I'm gonna give it a 4.5, man. I thought was this movie.
um, man, listen, for all the same things that you said, man, great cast. Casting was amazing. Shout out to these women in Black Hollywood because goodness gracious, they didn't age a bit. They all look the exact same. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they just got finer as time went on. Omar Epps, bro, like what can't this nigga do? This nigga done been a DJ, he done been a football player, basketball player. This nigga done been a cop. I mean, he done played it all, man. He done it all. Shout out to the Allstate nigga, you know what I'm saying, for doing his thing, bro. Um, and then shout out to my nigga Lenny, man. You know, he always plays great roles. Um, but for me, the story was great. I think that they did a great job in writing. Um, like I said, for them to put certain things into the scenes that kind of show you what's going to happen later on in the story without you even realizing it was dope. I thought the dynamic that they had on the screen was dope. Their chemistry was amazing. Um, and it wasn't no bad acting, like you said, except for Tyra Banks. You know what I'm saying? We could have did without that scene, but you know, outside of that, I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. 4.5, 4.5 for sure. 4.5 Fire Flames because this movie is definitely a classic. But you know, it's just one of those things where you know, a movie like this to have two iconic things the way that they had. You know what I'm saying? The iconic love scene with the Maxwell playing in the background, and then you got the iconic basketball scene where you know they playing for the heart and all that shit, and you get dunked on with an injured nigga is crazy. Um, but yeah, that's that, man. 4.5. So let's go ahead and get into the coming soon, bro.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, what we got next?
Yo, we got a classic, underrated classic coming up. This is a movie that I think a lot of people, depending on what demographic you from, you might have forgot about this joint. But we got a back-to-back basketball movie for y'all. But we hitting y'all with a movie where Fredro Starr plays another high school person when he was probably like 35 years old. But we got Sunset Park coming for y'all, man. I
Yep.
really think that this is one of those movies that a lot of people have forgotten about, man. So it's gonna be great going back into this. Uh, you got the whole story of this. Okay, I ain't gonna get into all of that. We'll get into that when that time comes. But we got Sunset Park coming for y'all, man. Sunset
Yes,
Park.
sir.
It's time to represent. Yeah, I'm saying that was a joint, man.
Yo,
I used to love that.
you talking about a cast, bro? Like this movie had a hell of a cast in it, man. Um, it was some unbelievable people uh in this movie as well. that played basketball. For instance, my
Dude,
nigga Leon. Come on,
hold
man.
on. Oh,
That nigga, that nigga came
wait a
out and
minute.
hooped in
No,
what?
Leon was in Above the Rim.
Oh yeah. I'm tripping. This the one with
Fredro
this the one with
Starr.
Tupac, right?
No, man, that's Above the Rim. This the one with Fredro Starr. Dude, it
Is
had
is Dwayne Martin in
Fredro
this too,
Starr.
or is that above the rim too?
That's Above the Rim, man. Terrence Howard is
Okay,
in
I
this
get
joint.
these.
Yeah, Fredro Starr. DeAndre Bonds is in here. Terrence
Oh yeah,
Howard's in
now
here.
I gotta go back and rewatch this now because I'm getting this confused with above the rim. Because I was about to say that scene where this nigga Leon came out and hooped in corduroys was crazy.
Yeah. You talking about Above the Rim? We did Above the Rim with Jamar
Okay,
on
yeah,
here.
all right. So my fault,
Yeah,
y'all. I get these. I got this all the way confused. Um,
yeah.
we
And
gotta
shout out,
definitely
yo,
we gotta definitely talk about this.
I gotta do this real quick. Shout out to Antoine Tanner. If y'all don't know Antoine Tanner, right? Antoine Tanner plays a high school basketball player, right? He's on the team, right? He's the dude that got the best jump shot, but he's scared to shoot, right? Okay, so this movie
Yeah.
came out in 1996, right?
Mhm.
So he also played in a movie called Coach Carter, which came out in 2005, 9 years later, right?
Is that Worm?
Yes.
That
So he
nigga,
plays
yeah, that nigga. Everything he does, he's a basketball player, bro. Remember that TV show he was in? He was a basketball player in that too.
Yo,
He's a
when
high
I
school
tell you,
basketball player.
he was a high school player in 96 and also in 2005.
Bro, every role he's been in, he's been a high school basketball player. And
That's
he's
funny.
had the same ball head and the same goatee in all the
Yep.
roles. Now you talking about a nigga that never aged? That nigga never aged
Yeah, he never
ever.
ate. He's for real, for real.
He, for real, bro. Shout out to him, bro, because that nigga is he always looked like a child.
Oh man, that's funny.
So yeah, okay, so yeah, I definitely got to go back and rewatch this now because I'm getting the movies mixed up, all kind of shit, man. So I can't wait to do that. Yo, I can't wait to come back and do another episode, man. You know, saying of course we got the what we watching coming up and all that good stuff, so that's gonna be fun. I had an amazing time talking about this movie, man. We got into it early in the pre-pro, so you know what I'm saying. This is one of the ones that we already knew we was gonna have fun doing. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as we did because I think this is one of them episodes that everybody's gonna get a good laugh in. Everybody's gonna have to go back and rewatch this off of this episode for sure. But if you like this movie, if you did like this movie, if you thought them playing basketball for, you know what I'm saying, this nigga's engagement was just as stupid as I did, yo, hit us up on the socials, man. Instagram, Twitter, at ViewAnonPod. Also, hit us up on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group. You know what I'm saying? If you got any requests or anything like that, you want to tell us a movie to, you know what I'm saying, review or anything like that, hit us up there. We'd be glad to do so. Also, if you'd like to follow me, hit me up on Twitter at Cruz Bronson. I got a link tree in my bio. You can find me everywhere else there. And that's all I got.
And for me, I'll make it short, man. Catch me at s.foster8 on Instagram and on Twitter at 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on Instagram. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less. New episode coming soon.
Yes, sir, man. And listen, you know what I'm saying? Once again, man, make sure you guys like these, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys like all the posts. Make sure you share the pod. Make sure you subscribing. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, you getting all the notifications and everything else. You know, we greatly appreciate all that. Your support is always valued. So until the next episode, man, y'all be good. But like they said, Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.